Shalom, shalom. I want to start by giving all praises to the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. My name is Kevin the Pot from the Camp Prophets in Babylon here in Tampa Bay, Florida. And I want to give admonish the elders and apostles a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I want to get into a short class. I'm going to call it, it's not about how you feel. The feelings correlates with the flesh. Alright. And the spirit just got into me to get into a short class on this, just meditating in the spirit. It's really not about you, man. Or how we feel. It's about what the Lord wants, man. Alright. Because you could feel, this type of way about, if you want to do a class or not tonight. But how does the Lord feel about it, man? What the scripture says, man. You think in your head you're too tired to do classes. You don't feel like doing classes right now. You're not motivated. Well, pray, man. Pray. Get up and pray, man. For the motivation to be able to do that class. Because at the end of the day, we're doing the Lord's work. We're making our bodies a living sacrifice for the Lord. Alright? So it's not about how you feel, that certain night or that day. And sometimes it get to us, man, because those are demons. It gets to us because those are demons and we're still in this flesh, man. Like I said, your feelings correlates with the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So being in this flesh, being vulnerable to those certain emotions and feelings and that type of vibration, sometimes it get to you, man, but you can't let it always get to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to tell your flesh no. You gotta be able to discipline and mortify the deeds of the flesh, the deeds of the body, the things that you're comfortable with. You shouldn't be comfortable with, man. Alright? If your flesh is comfortable, if you feel comfortable, man, you got to be uncomfortable and do something for the Lord, that your flesh isn't comfortable with. And that's just with it, with anything, man. It's not about how you feel, man. Same thing with order. You don't feel like, obeying a brother's order. It's not about that, man. Alright? It's not about what you want, when it comes up to, order being established. If you truly believe in the scriptures, if you truly, seek faith, and knowledge in these scriptures, man, you gotta obey order, man. Alright? So it's not about, what you think, how you feel. It's about what the Lord wants, man, what the Lord taught us to do. Alright? That's what it's about. But it said, I want to go ahead and start off right here. Let me see, Proverbs 3 and verse 5 says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. So, you gotta trust in the Lord with your whole heart, man. And if you trust in the Lord, man, you're gonna do everything the Lord wants you to do, man, to please the Lord. Alright? You're gonna do everything in your ability to please the Lord. That night, you plan on doing one class. But really, your flesh plans on doing that one class, but your spirit plans on doing multiple. You only feel like doing one class, but your spirit telling you to do 3, do 4, and you gotta be able to be subject to that, to the feelings of, of your spirit, man, to the way of the spirit, And that's really just the Lord telling you, hey, do more classes, bump 1 class, do 3, bump 3 classes, do 5 tonight, man. And honestly, that's the beautiful thing about, being in this truth, You know, with the spirit, you know, the spirit always is always willing, man. You understand that the spirit is always willing, man. You know, sometimes you just gotta be able to walk in the spirit and not your flesh. You know, because a lot of times, you know, we fail to the flesh. A lot of times we fall to the flesh. But at the end of the day, you know, we got to get back up. You know, we got to walk in the spirit. But it says, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Your own understanding, man. Your own feelings, your own ways. How you feel, what you want to do, how you want to do it. Lean not unto those things, man. All right, because that will be a stumbling block unto you in this faith. All right. It will be a stumbling block unto you in this faith to be able to try and lean onto your own understanding, to try to be, you know, what's the name for it? Or just to try, you know what I'm saying, to be subject to the flesh all the time, you know, because your flesh, like I said, like the class's name, you know, your flesh and your feelings, the way you think, you know, they correlate with each other, man. Your emotions correlate with your flesh. You know, they're just connected, man. Alright? So you gotta be able to deny your feelings, deny your flesh, man. You know what I'm saying? But it says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So in all your ways acknowledge the Lord. You know, acknowledge your Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. And he's going to direct all your paths, man. To be able to understand that you're following the Lord. To understand who the Lord is. You know, you're acknowledging him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to do, man. Acknowledge the Lord in all our ways, man. Alright, so you won't go off on your own path. So you won't go off and lean off into your own understanding. You know? So the Lord can be able to direct your ways. You know, and that's why the scripture says, let go of thy mortal thoughts. Let me get that real quick. Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14 says, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man, and put off now the weak nature. And that weak nature is how to, you know, think about, you know, think is always about how you feel, you know, your emotions, you know, those emotions, you know, you ain't supposed to have, you know, you ain't supposed to be emotional in this truth, man. Alright? You gotta be a firm man. You know, the Lord is raising up firm men, you know, not no cowardly bitches, or little boys, you know, but firm men to stand in this truth as a bold lion. Alright? And when it comes to this work, you don't let your feelings, your emotions, none of that get in the way of it. You know? When it comes to this work, you don't let your flesh get in the way of that, man. So you gotta let go of these mortal thoughts, man. The way you think, the way you feel. Oh, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. You know, but does the Lord say to do it? You know, we're applying these scriptures into our everyday lives, man. And to be able to do that, you gotta be able to, you know, deny what the flesh wants, because the flesh is contrary to the scriptures. The flesh is contrary to the spirit. All right. These scriptures, you know, the Bible correlates with your spirit, man. All right. But you've been in your flesh, you've been allowing your flesh to do what it wants and be comfortable all this time. That it feels so uncomfortable, you know, when you do something, you know, the flesh doesn't want, man. All right. And to be able to deny, to be able to discipline yourself and deny your flesh, you know, that shows growth. You know, that shows growth. You know, and think about it, when it gets to the point or the moment, you know, where Jacob's trouble hit, shit hit the fan, And it's like my dog's gonna bark. But Salakia. But Con, yeah, as I was saying, when it gets to the point, where shit does hit the fan, you don't want to follow after the way you feel, your emotions, man, the flesh, but instead you want to follow after your spirit, man. Because, for example, your flesh will follow anything, that it sees, or that it sees to be secure or safe. But really, it most likely probably not. But your spirit will follow anything, the Lord guides it to go through faith. And that's why, you don't want to be in a carnal mindset, in that day, allowing your flesh to guide you. And that's another precept right there. You see, if I can find it, kind of right here. Romans chapter 8 and verse 6, it says, "For to be carnally minded is death, and to be spiritually minded is life and peace." All right, so to be carnally minded, that is death, man. All right. All it's going to bring is death, because you're going to be trying to do anything, that is not of the Spirit, that's not of the Lord. And the Lord is what's going to guide us and protect us and deliver us in that day. Everybody else who dying because they're walking in the flesh, man. They're walking with no belief. They don't know who to believe in. But you know who to believe in, man. You know who you have faith in. So you want to walk in the faith, man. That's our only hope. It's to follow the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, to let him guide our spirit, man. But it says, "But to be spiritually minded is life and peace." So to be spiritually minded, it's life and peace. You understand, the scriptures, how the scriptures want you to deal with every situation. The scripture guides you, man. To know these scriptures, they guide you, man. They need to tell you how to live, tells you how to get out of certain situations. For example, me being at work, and I was telling the brother in this too as well, but me being at work, I was working and shit, and the coworker, he was talking shit, to me, but in a playful way, and I was just like, "Yes, sir," you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I was saying it in a playful way. I was like, "Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir," and he was like, he was laughing. He was just like, "Hey, man, I hate you, dog. I don't know why, but every time you say that, I don't know what to say." It's like I can't even continue talking, talking shit to you, because it's like, what can you say to that? And that's a scripture, man. A soft answer turn away wrath. Even though he was playing, but it's like reality. If you're in that type of situation, where dude is confronting you, some crazy stuff, man, and the dude is confronting you, and you say something simple as "my bad," you got it. What can he say to that? You can't argue back with it, man. Unless he's a total demon and he just, want to get over. But really, you're never gonna find that when you have a soft answer, man. You're never gonna find someone who just want to beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? But like the scripture says, a soft answer turns away wrath, man. What can they do against, you being humble and kind? You entreat people with humble and kindness when they're trying to enforce violence. But let's jump up to verse 8. So it says, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. So they that are in the flesh, they can't please the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Alright, and that's why I said, everyone who's out there dying, and that when that day comes, everyone that's out there dying, man, they are in the flesh. They never pleased the Lord, man. Alright? Unless it's a brother dying for the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and being a martyr for the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But if you see straight judgment, people dying gruesomely deaths, it's because they were in the flesh. They don't know who to call on. They don't have the same names as us. They don't know who the Lord is. But it says when you go to Galatians chapter 5 and verse 16, it says, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So you got to walk in the Spirit, man. What the Spirit tells you to do, because the Spirit's always willing to be righteous or be, because like I said, the Spirit correlates with the scriptures, man. There's truth. So the Spirit's always willing, man. So we must walk in the Spirit. But it says, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So if you walk in the Spirit, man, if you're in the Spirit, you ain't gonna fulfill the lust of the flesh. That's what I said. When you feel unmotivated, about doing classes that night or anything, you're just too tired, you feel, down, lazy, pray unto the Lord, man. And it puts you in the Spirit, man. Pray unto the Lord, because at that time, man, you're just in the flesh. You're trying to do whatever the flesh feels, man. But when you pray, you ask to the Lord, hey, put me in the Spirit so I can be able to do these classes, so I can be able to do what I need to do, for you, to please the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and it helps, it helps to faithfully call upon the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, ask Him to motivate you to do more classes, or to do a class tonight, So, let me, I'm gonna get this last one real quick. I'm gonna close it out on this. So Romans chapter 8 and verse 5 says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. So they that do mind the things of the flesh, or they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, man. So if you walk in the flesh and you're after the flesh, you're gonna mind the things of the flesh. You're gonna be willing to do the things of the flesh. All right. You're gonna over and over again keep falling to this fleshly, desires, the lust of the flesh. All right. But it says but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. If you're after the Spirit, man, you're trying to be in the Spirit. You don't only mind the things of the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna fall to the lust of the flesh. But that's all I want to give on that. I want to give all praises to the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. I want to get that honest to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Once again, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Hope all was edified. Shalom.